Alright, man, here we go. What is going on, you guys? This is Joseph Conlon coming to you with your Monday Night Raw review right here on the Big Fight Field channel on Monday, March 23rd, 2020. We had the good and we had the bad. It was much better than last week's episode of Monday Night Raw. Had some matches in there. 3 matches tonight. 2 of them were squashes. That's a negative. And the fact that we had freaking 2 filler matches. 2, not 1. 2 filler matches on a 3-hour show shows the lack of creativity WWE has. But there were some great promos tonight. Great promos that built to WrestleMania matches, such as Paul Heyman cut a really good promo. AJ Styles, alright, cut an alright promo. I didn't like the result at the end of it. We'll talk about that. Seth Rollins cut his best promo since being the Monday Night Messiah. And we'll go over Seth Rollins' promo he cut on Kevin Owens in full detail. And Randy Orton cut an amazing promo. And he accepted Edge's challenge at WrestleMania. So we'll go over that as well. We'll go over everything that happened on the show tonight. But before we talk about Monday Night Raw, right here on the Big Fight Field channel, before we talk about it, make sure you guys go check out last week's videos. Make sure you guys go check out the AEW Dynamite review if you haven't already. Make sure you guys go check out the SmackDown review. And make sure you guys go check out the news and rumors that I did on Sunday. And also, if you want to get my thoughts on WrestleMania being 2 nights, you can check that out as well. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw, man. Monday Night Raw kicked off with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. Silent. It was just Paul Heyman speaking. Saying Brock Lesnar has conquered so many people in his path in WWE. To Roman Reigns, to John Cena, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, The Rock, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, The Big Show, Rey Mysterio, and he can go on and on. And he said, yes, Drew McIntyre is having a great run right now, and he's facing the Beast at WrestleMania. But this is not a prediction. This is a spoiler. It's that Brock Lesnar is going to victimize and conquer Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. That was literally... He didn't really say a lot here. It was just getting to the point, I guess. So that was the Paul Heyman Brock Lesnar promo. Not bad stuff. It was nice and simple, right to the point. It didn't drag on forever. It was short. Nice and short. Good stuff. We then had a 45-minute rerun of John Cena, Seth Rollins, and Brock Lesnar from Royal Rumble 2015. I'm not going to go over the entire match of that, but that was a really good, actually fantastic triple threat match. So if you guys want to go check that out, gotta do it for yourselves. Just why not? Let's talk about what happened after they played that match for 45 minutes. We got AJ Styles. And he was talking about how The Undertaker He's a legend. He's one of the greatest of all time, and he was so good back then. But this Undertaker in 2020, he's not the same. He's not the same Undertaker as he was in 2015 and in 2012 and 2013, and even back then, he's not the same Undertaker. Now he's old, out of shape, can barely walk, and he's posting selfies on Instagram, and he's taking videos with tigers on Twitter. This weekend he posted a video of himself and Michelle McCool talking about saving lives with tigers, and The Undertaker was rubbing a tiger. And AJ mentioned that. I really like that touch right there. And he said, that's the Undertaker I don't want at WrestleMania. In fact, I'm going to do the WWE Universe a favor. I'm going to bring out the old Undertaker. I'm going to bring out the dead man, the Undertaker. And this is your match, dead man, he said. This is your match, Undertaker. So at WrestleMania, I challenge you to a boneyard match. And that was the end of the segment. So, at WrestleMania, we're getting Undertaker versus AJ Styles in a boneyard match. It makes sense, for one. And number two, it makes sense, one, because, number one, a regular singles match between The Undertaker and AJ Styles was going to suck anyway, so I'm on the fence. I guess I'm 50-50, but just a regular singles match between Undertaker and AJ Styles, I have a feeling was going to suck. So I feel like they could have put a stipulation into this. The bad thing about this too is that it gives away the match, because this is people would be saying this is basically a buried alive match, which it is. It's basically buried alive, and this is Undertaker's match. This is Undertaker's yard, I guess you could say. And there's just no way that AJ Styles is going to beat The Undertaker. I don't see it happening. Unfortunately. I mean, heck, Undertaker doesn't even need to win in 2020 anymore. Why not give it to the guy who is on the road every single week with the company? Why give it to The Undertaker? I don't get it. But it's happening. And, I'm going to give it a chance. I'm not going to be all rattled up about it and negative, I guess you could say. I'm not going to be negative about this. So we'll see how this match goes at WrestleMania. There was rumors that WrestleMania was going to be at multiple locations. Clearly, with this boneyard match, it's not going to be at the PC. I could see it being at a possible graveyard, something like that, and AJ Styles gets buried there. We'll have to wait and see at WrestleMania. We then got our first match of the night. It was Andrade and Angel Garza versus Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. I'm not going to go over the full match in detail, but man, this was a great tag team match with all four of these guys. When you put four talented wrestlers in the ring together and you give them at least 20 minutes to go out there and put on a fun match for the people at home, you're going to get matches like this. And man, they had one hell of a match. It was great stuff. And it was the best, probably the best stuff that Cedric Alexander and Ricochet have been in God knows how long. You know? I mean, jeez. But this was a really good tag team match, back and forth stuff. The Street Profits were on commentary because they're defending the tag team titles against Garza and Andrade at WrestleMania. We'll talk about that after I'm done talking about the match. But they were all hyped up and yelling and screaming on commentary. It was a little annoying, but it was also funny at the same time. But at the end of the match came, Andrade hit this huge elbow onto Cedric Alexander, knocked him out clean, and the ref screwed up the count. He went 1, 2, 3. And then Cedric kicked out after the ref counted 3. So that was a botched finish right there, folks. A botched finish indeed. Saw the botch guy make a video on that. Shout out to the botch guy. Subscribe to his channel. And then after the match, the Street Profits attacked Andrade and Garza. And they had a squash match against Shane Thorne from NXT and some dude I've never heard of. And they beat them in 5 minutes. You know, whatever. Who cares? Andrade and Angel Garza versus the Street Profits for the Raw Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania. It feels so random. It's really random. Like, why? I know why Andrade and Angel Garza are getting a tag team match, because WWE has no other tag teams. The OC is with the AJ Styles Undertaker feud. And the only tag team they have left is the Viking Raiders. And if they did the Viking Raiders, that'd be way too predictable. So they had to do, I guess they had to do Andrade and Angel Garza, which means Andrade's not going to be defending his U.S. Championship at WrestleMania. Means no Humberto and no Rey Mysterio on the WrestleMania card. I thought it was good. And then they replaced the U.S. match with a match that I don't care about whatsoever. But we'll talk about that. But this tag team match, I feel like if they have a chance to go out there for 20 minutes and shine and do what they do best, I feel like this tag team match could be something really, really great at WrestleMania. Shayna Baszler then had an interview with Charlie Caruso. She was intimidating Charlie, making her scared. She says, "Why are you scared, Charlie? Do you think I'm going to choke you out with the careful to clutch? Do you think I'm going to bite you in the back of your neck? I'm not going to do that. Just ask your questions." So then she asked, "Why'd you target Becky Lynch?" and all that. Hey, you know, I really didn't pay attention to this promo. You know, I didn't care really. You know, I guess Shayna had a few good lines. She brought back the history between Becky and Shayna at Survivor Series. You know, they should have brought that up earlier in the feud, but, you know, it took them a month. It took them over a month to bring up the match at Survivor Series. So they did that. And then Shayna said she's going to destroy Becky at WrestleMania. You know, whatever. And she's going to destroy Becky. And the Raw Women's Championship is going to destroy Becky Lynch. So out of nowhere, Becky Lynch comes from behind, hits Shayna with a chair, and hits her with a second chair shot. That's a segment. I mean, what do you want me to say? The segment really did nothing for me. It did nothing to take Becky Lynch seriously against Shayna Baszler. I still think that Shayna is going to beat the living crap out of Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. And even though I'm wearing my Becky Lynch shirt from last year, I hope Shayna destroys her. Because I'm sick and tired of Becky Lynch as Raw Women's Champion. I want to see somebody new. And Becky Lynch's character has been god-awful. Her character, since after her feud with Sasha Banks, has been horrendous. And she's come off very cringe. And she's coming off forced as a Conor McGregor, sort of. They're trying to make her look like Conor McGregor. And she's not. She's not. And at WrestleMania, Shayna Baszler's going to make Becky pass out. Guarantee you that. Aleister Black versus Leon Ruff from Evolve. You know, this match took 30 seconds. Black mass over. What do you expect? And Aleister Black's going to face Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania for no apparent reason. And I ask all of you, who cares? Why are they fighting? They are just fighting for the sake of having a match at WrestleMania. And this match is not necessary for WrestleMania. I like Aleister Black, but good God, who seriously cares about this match? I know I don't. It's not necessary for WrestleMania. Do it another time. WrestleMania could be, shortened up a little bit. We got 12 matches confirmed after tonight. Don't you think that's a little bit too much for an empty arena show? Yes, I know it's 2 nights, but it's still a lot. It's still a lot. Kevin Owens came out next, and he said, last week Seth Rollins wasn't here when I made the challenge, and the match was confirmed over the week, and he heard Seth Rollins was here tonight. So he wanted Seth to come to the ring and talk to Kevin. So Seth Rollins came, and he said, Kevin, I heard your promo, what you said last week, challenging me to a match at WrestleMania. And you said you wanted to have it in your home at the Performance Center. This is your home, where you came from, to work for WWE. He said, there wasn't a Performance Center when I came. I had to scratch and claw, and they told me what I did before this didn't even matter until I came to WWE. So I had to work from the bottom all the way up and succeed for people like Kevin Owens. Great line right there from Seth. This Performance Center, I built the Performance Center. The Performance Center wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Seth Rollins. NXT wouldn't be here if I wasn't for Seth Rollins. Heck, Seth Rollins was the first ever NXT champion. There would be no Johnny Gargano if it wasn't for Seth Rollins. There would be no Tommaso Ciampa if it wasn't for Seth Rollins. There would be no Undisputed Era if it wasn't for Seth Rollins. There'd be no Women's Evolution if it wasn't for Seth Rollins. And then he said, more importantly, there would be no Kevin Owens if it wasn't for Seth Rollins. So Kevin wanted to get words out of his mouth, but Seth wouldn't let him because he said you wanted to hear him speak. So he shushed Kevin Owens, and he said, I don't know why out of all places you would want to challenge me at WrestleMania. And he brought up his track record that Seth Rollins is undefeated at WrestleMania. He won at WrestleMania 30. I know he had a match, I just don't remember. He cashed in Money in the Bank. Well, he lost to Randy Orton that night, but he cashed in Money in the Bank. He beat Triple H. He won the IC Championship at 34, and he beat Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship at 35. So, without bringing up that he lost to Randy Orton, Seth Rollins is undefeated at WrestleMania. And he said Kevin Owens has been a failure at WrestleMania. And he's got 0 wins. We're not stupid, WWE. At WrestleMania 33, didn't Kevin Owens beat Chris Jericho for the United States Champion? Oh, Chris Jericho's in AEW. Oh, that's why you didn't bring it up. Petty. WWE's petty. But I had to get it in there. I just had to. Nonetheless, this was Seth Rollins' best promo since the Monday Night Messiah gimmick, and it's made me look forward to the Seth Rollins-Kevin Owens match even more than I had originally. I think they could tell a really good story through the past few months and put on a really good banger for us. I'm quite interested into this. Finally, last thing on this show, Randy Orton came out and he said, I'm here to answer a challenge for Edge's WrestleMania match against me. But before I talk about the match, he said, I got things handed to me. Yes, I was handed, I was treated with great respect because of my last name, of it being Orton. But he wasn't handed the fact that he was the Intercontinental Champion 1 year after he joined the main roster, the youngest world champion a few months after he lost the IC Championship. He went from some prospect to the 3 most destructive letters in sports entertainment, RKO. He joined Revolution. Nothing was handed to him. He had to work. And the one thing that Edge brung up in his promo last week was the word grit. And Edge had grit, and Randy Orton didn't. And Randy Orton didn't think that grit was sitting at home for 9 years on the couch saying, what if? What if? What if? You know? Having grit is being on the road every single week, winning championships, winning matches, selling out arenas. And Edge has none of that. He did what he did to Edge because he loves Edge, he said. He loves Beth. He loves his 2 daughters. I don't remember their names. I know one of them's Ruby. I don't remember the other one. And he finally talked about Edge's WrestleMania match. He said, Edge has told a great story, but at WrestleMania, I will be his last chapter, and he accepted the last man standing match. So there you go. Edge versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Last man standing confirmed. The build to this match has been a masterpiece. It's been brilliant. It's been brilliantly booked, from Edge taking out Randy Orton taking out Edge, to the stuff with Matt Hardy, to the RKO to Beth Phoenix, to Edge's return, to Edge's promo last week, and to Randy Orton's promo this week. Now we got the last man standing match, and it's by far the match I'm looking forward to the most at WrestleMania. And it's the match I'm emotionally invested in as well at WrestleMania. That's your Monday Night Raw review tonight, guys. Not a bad show at all. It had its good, it had its bad. Overall, Monday Night Raw was pretty decent this week, I think. Definitely the best show out of the empty arena shows for the WWE. I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys for watching this review so much. If you haven't already, subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. We're going to have lots of content over the next 2 weeks since it's WrestleMania season. We're going to have WrestleMania content for you guys next week right here on the channel. Comment down below what you thought of tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. Did you think it was good? Or did you think it was bad? Let me know. Like this video with a super kick. Follow me on Twitter at Colin_Joseph. Follow Eddie on Twitter at EddieMullins515. And I will be back tomorrow. It's kind of like a short review, I guess. I'll talk about it for a little bit. Or just not even a review, just thoughts on part 1 of Chris Benoit's Dark Side of the Ring documentary. I watched it today. It was a fantastic documentary. Good stuff. Very emotional. We'll talk about it for a little bit. I'm saying 5-6 minutes maybe, hopefully, right here on the Big Fight Fuel channel. So I'm going to do that tomorrow for you guys on your Tuesday. Have a good day. Or have a good night. And wash your hands.